Hey guys, it's Chris. From Buddha-shaped pears to British pineapples. Did you know that some fruits could cost thousands of dollars? Here are the top 8 most expensive fruits in the world. Number 8. Buddha-shaped pears. The Buddha-shaped pear is perhaps the most unique-looking fruit on Earth. Right down to the facial details, these pears look exactly like little Buddha figurines. Since the dawn of agriculture, humans have been experimenting with their fruits and vegetables. At first, the goal was to create bigger, faster-growing food and in large quantities. Humans also have a history of manipulating the appearance of produce. Long before the arrival of Columbus to the Americas, prehistoric farmers had developed hundreds of colorful and flashy varieties of corn, beans, tomatoes, and peppers. As people continued experimenting with the looks of their fruits and vegetables, some were deemed more attractive than others. It's estimated that around 40% of produce is rejected due to its appearance. Sadly, most of these culled items are perfectly edible and nutritious, and they just get thrown away. The Buddha pear is grown by China's fruit mold company, which is responsible for several other oddly shaped fruits, including star-shaped cucumbers, heart-shaped watermelons, peaches shaped like human behinds, and apples with gnome-like faces. During immaturity, these fruits, along with the Buddha pear, are tucked into the appropriate molds for their intended appearances. The fruits fill the mold and simply adjust to its shape. In 2009, one Buddha pear cost around $7.32. These days, they're a bit more reasonably priced, at least in the Netherlands, where 10 Buddha pears can be purchased for $33.89. What a steal. Number 7. Sekai Ichi apples. In English, Sekai Ichi means world's number 1. Sekai Ichi apples originated in Morioka, Japan in 1978 and are still primarily grown in Japan. They are round in shape and are one of the largest apples in the world, weighing up to 2 pounds each, and are a cross between Red Delicious and Golden Delicious apples. Those are 2 of my favorites. To reach their huge size, they require a bit of extra attention during the growing season. Sekai Ichi apples are customarily eaten fresh rather than used for baking or cooking. They have a mild but sweet flavor with minimal tartness. Just one Sekai Ichi apple typically costs around $21. They are sold throughout the fall and early winter. I'm going to be looking for one of those. Number 6. BIJIN-HIME strawberries. Luxury fruit is popular in Japan because it connotates social status and is tied to cultural practices. In an interview with CNN, Soyun Shim, dean of the School of Human Ecology at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, explained that fruit plays an important role in Japanese gift-giving practices. It's only natural, then, that Japan is home to some of the world's most expensive luxury fruits. The country is reputed for carrying the world's most beautiful strawberries. They're called BIJIN-HIME, which means beautiful princess, and have been grown at the Okuda farm for the past 35 years. The farm belongs to Okuda Nisho, who has spent decades perfecting his strawberries. In an interview with CNN, he explained that it took him 15 years to achieve the perfect BIJIN-HIME strawberries, which are scoop-shaped and grow as big as a tennis ball. Nisho won't go into detail about his methods for growing these plump, juicy strawberries, and for good reason. The average price of a tennis ball-sized BIJIN-HIME strawberry is $4,395. He only sells about 500 of them per year. But do the math, that's still a lot of money. And now for number 5. But first, what's the most you're willing to pay for, say, a pineapple? Let me know in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe to World List before you go anywhere. Number 5. Densuk watermelon. The ultra-rare Densuk watermelon is black-skinned and stripeless, and its flesh is known for being sweeter than other watermelon varieties. They're grown on Japan's northernmost island of Hokkaido. Only 100 are produced annually. The average price for a Densuk watermelon is around $250, but the highest quality melons, which are sold at auction, typically sell for $1,000 to $4,500. The most expensive one ever sold went for $6,100 at a 2008 auction and weighed 17 pounds. In 2014, staff members of the Canadian newspaper The Star took a blind taste test of the Densuk watermelon. Some of the taste testers found the Densuk watermelon to be sweeter than a run-of-the-mill $6.99 watermelon from the market. On the other hand, some of the testers preferred the cheaper watermelon because it was less soggy than the expensive Densuk variety. Square watermelons, which also originate from Japan, can also cost several $100s. While dropping this kind of money for upscale fruit may be customary in Japan, the practice is viewed less favorable among Ontarians. Mike Cromjack, who's a partner at a Tillsonburg, Ontario watermelon and asparagus farm, explained to The Star that he wouldn't feel right selling a designer watermelon to someone for more than a few dollars because until it's cut into, there's no true way of knowing if it's ready to eat. He also referred to the fancy watermelons as a status symbol and excess indulgence. What about you? Would you pay an exorbitant price for any of the high-end fruits that we've talked about so far in today's video? Let me know in the comments below. Number 4. Ruby Roman grapes. Ruby Roman grapes are grown exclusively in Japan's Ishikawa Prefecture. Each grape is around the size of a ping pong ball and has a distinctive red shape. There are strict rules for selling the Ruby Roman grapes. Each grape is inspected and must weigh at least 20 kilograms and have a sugar content of 18% or more. There's also a premium class of Ruby Roman grape, which requires each grape to weigh at least 30 kilograms and each bunch of grapes to weigh at least 700 kilograms. In 2010, only 6 grapes were classified as premium, and in 2011, 0 grapes made the cut. The first Ruby Roman grapes sold for $910 per bunch in 2008, or roughly $26 per grape. In 2016, at the year's first auction at a wholesale market in Kanazawa, a bunch of Ruby Roman grapes sold for around $8,400. Double check the kilograms. That's like really heavy. Number 3. Seito Nishiki cherries. These bauble-shaped, shiny cherries are primarily cultivated in the Yamagata Prefecture of Japan, where 70% of the nation's cherries are grown. When fully ripe, these small cherries are bright red. They're in season during early summer and are carefully sorted and graded, like all Japanese fruit. The Seito Nishiki cherry was first bred during the early 20th century by a farmer named Isyuke Seito. At the time, most cherries went bad shortly after being picked or during shipping, and had a host of other issues. Seito solved this problem by crossbreeding TOBAZ cherries, which have a short shelf life but a good flavor, with Napoleon cherries, which last much longer but have a sour taste. It took him 16 years, but eventually he came up with the Seito Nishiki cherry. In 2018, a stolen batch of cherries weighing 100 kilograms was valued at $5,631.24. Number 2. Decopon. The decopon is a hybrid between a mandarin and an orange, and it's rumored to be the most delectable citrus fruit on Earth. Now I have to try one. It looks like an orange, but is larger and sweeter and has a bump on the top. A single piece of the seedless, thick-skinned fruit can weigh up to a pound, and its flavor is said to resemble that of an intense orange, but much sweeter. In fact, the decopon's flavor is so sweet, some have compared it to eating candy. I really want to try one. The decopon is a relatively new fruit. It was first produced in 1972 by a governmental research station in Nagasaki Prefecture, Japan. It's now grown in various countries, including Brazil and South Korea. In 2011, the decopon was harvested for the first time in the United States, in California. That same year, in an article for the LA Times, writer David Karp, who's tried over 1,000 varieties of citrus, identified the decopon as the most delicious he's ever tasted. By the 1990s, Japanese consumers were paying as much as $10 a piece for the decopon. As of early 2017, the average price of a 6-pack of decopons was $80. Number 1. Lost Gardens of Helligan Pineapple. In the county of Cornwall in southwestern England, there's the Lost Gardens of Helligan, a set of botanical gardens where pineapples are grown far outside of their traditional environment. Pineapples are a tropical fruit that don't grow naturally in England's temperate maritime climate. In 1991, a manure-heated pineapple pit was unearthed at the present-day location of the Lost Gardens of Helgen. It's believed to be Britain's only working manure-heated pineapple pit. After many months of research, architectural and horticultural historians concluded that the site's first structure was probably constructed during the 18th century. The first pineapple flower bud was observed after 3 years of nurturing the plot. In June 1997, Prince Charles visited the garden, and in October of that year, the first successful harvest occurred. The growers even sampled the first pineapple to ensure it didn't taste like manure. Upon discovering that it was delicious, they gave the second pineapple to Queen Elizabeth II as a gift for her 50th wedding anniversary. Now, growing these pineapples is a very labor-intensive task, and it can take years before any success is achieved. After factoring together all the costs associated with growing the pineapples, the growers determined that each pineapple has probably cost them in excess of, get this, $1,299.50. The growers don't sell their pineapples, but instead share them among staff as a reward for their hard work throughout the growing process. On the official website for the Lost Gardens of Helgen, the cultivators of the pineapples state that it would be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for someone to try one, and that if one of their pineapples went up for auction, $12,995 would be an appropriate selling price. And thanks for watching. Which one of these very expensive fruits would you most like to try? Have you ever tasted any of them? I think I want to try the decopon. You let me know in the comments below. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.